I'm here with two former legends.
Where's the bloke? It's half time.
We talk to a bloke about football. Where's the bloke?
Go and get the bloke, love. Come on, get the bloke.
Where's the bloke?
Where's the bloke, love?
Where's the bloke?
Get the bloke, love. Get the bloke.
You've got a fucking day to get 3 points!
But Tottenham, it's the history of the Tottenham.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Woo!
Welcome.
Clap by me.
All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 24 of Blokes. As always, me, Maresh, joined by Ethan and James. Busy week this week, as per usual, after the World Cup. Lots of football to discuss, but I think if you're on video, you're going to have a really big question as to what's going on with Ethan's camera. It looks like he is maybe 15.
What's going on with that mug?
15 pounds lighter on the head. What's going on?
Yeah, I got a little cut. Nothing too major. Just a little short mullet. That's the thing. I just didn't know what to do with my hair, so it was just finally biting the bullet and doing something. I hop on the Riverside today. It's Maresh asking me, Ethan, did you pay for that hair? Things like that. Sadly for Maresh and co, Ethan tends to block out the haters in his mind and just keeps on chugging.
To be fair, I did ask you this week when you first sent us the haircut picture. What was the actor I said you kind of looked like?
Edward Norton. I actually get that one a good amount.
Yeah, you. I said in that picture you sent, you looked like a poor man's Ed Norton. And then I asked you if you paid for the haircut. So I would argue that it's like one of those things you do. You give someone a compliment before you give them a kiss.
But is like Ed Norton someone
good news first?
Kind of want to look like, you know what I mean? I don't even know if that was
multimillionaire Ed Norton.
Maresh.
Multimillionaire, arguably the star of The Italian Job, Wes Anderson regular show. What's to hate? It's good.
Maresh, I love me some Ed Norton. Rounders. When he plays Worm.
We're missing the big one, Fight Club.
I thought you were going to say American History X, but yeah.
I don't think I can ever say that's like the big one. I think it's not part of my privilege to say that's a big one.
Hey.
Well, yes, week 24. Where do we want to start, fellas? Where do we want to start? Started last Saturday? Or no, we before we dive into the Premier League matchups, we had some European football.
We did.
We already talked about your team's matchups last week, but there was one left. Oh, well, yeah, James, you didn't have one.
I got a little bye.
Not yet. But last week, Ethan was licking his chops, ready for Barcelona to humble Manchester United.
I don't know if I ever said that, Maresh Patel.
You said last week, I've never rooted for Barcelona, but that you were rooting for Barcelona this time.
Maybe I did say that. That does sound familiar, but I don't think you could come away from that game feeling triumphant, Maresh.
We went to
You're level on goals. There's still another leg to play, regardless of where it is.
Yeah, regardless of where it is, I'm not as worried as I was. Going into that match, going into one of the hardest places to play in the entire world.
Maresh,
a team that's been playing.
You're saying Ethan's this big Barcelona fan, but this whole podcast I've been saying how fraudy Barcelona are. You're playing the worst Barcelona team of the past 15 years.
When has Barcelona ever had 17 clean sheets this far into the season?
Maresh, if you want to look at the numbers, sure, but you can't tell me this isn't the worst Barcelona team in the past 15 years. You can't. You cannot. You cannot look at the personnel on the field and tell me it's not.
He's going to use that same stat to pick up Christensen in 30 minutes, but whatever.
No, well, Christensen is just a world-class defender. He is. So.
Yeah.
This guy's having his cake and eating it too.
Yeah. What was the stat that you used this week to try and to silence me in the chat?
That
you
was
said
the
Barcelona outscored.
Maresh is
Barcelona outscored United.
In our group chat, I say, because this is a fact, Barcelona scored 3 goals. 3 Barcelona players scored goals. That's a fact. That's a literal fact. And Maresh
Oh
like took it
my
so literal in the
God.
group chat. It was like trying to debunk me and be like, "Oh." A fact is that 3 Barcelona players scored. No,
The fact is that
like if you look at the score sheet, you don't see 2 United players. You see 3 Barcelona players.
I thought it was Casemiro. I fired off a legendary Casemiro chant
You
on
did.
Twitter. Heads were clamoring that was maybe one of my best tweets of all time, and so
Nah.
the United, my silent United corner of supporters that DM me, they were like, "This is great
It's an
stuff."
oxymoron.
But I thought it was a great match. I thought we should have gone away with the win. I thought Rafinha's goal was crazy placement by him. Either way, if it touches Lewandowski, it goes in, or it's hard to defend against that. But overall, I thought it was a great performance.
Got
from
through
United.
everybody. Everybody just stood there.
I'm not as mad.
Great
Not
dummy
as mad.
by Lewa. He just dummied it, and
Well, I don't think it was intentional, but
no, he kind of got out of the way. He does like a scoop back there.
Well, most importantly, they come now to Old Trafford without Gavi through suspension and without Pedri through injury. Their midfield is going to be interesting who they have to play. And it's going to be an interesting Old Trafford.
It's going to be an interesting.
It's going to be very interesting. The fans are going to rally. It's a big week for us. I don't know. I'm feeling optimistic. We get all of those players
it's just
back.
a far cry for both clubs. Like, if this was like 5-10 years ago, this would be a Tuesday night at Old Trafford, Champions League night. The dun, 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 the whole song, everything. But it's like, what are like? I get it's a big game, but like, am I supposed to get my dick hard over a Thursday night Europa League game? Like, you know what I mean?
Say what you will.
It's a far cry from what both clubs used to be.
I think it's a sign that they're both back. That's how I'm taking it. I'm not a pessimist. I'm an optimist.
I don't know that Barcelona necessarily left because they play in pretty shit league.
Yeah, they play in La Liga and they make all the money off the league, so it's hard to disappear from that. You're always going to finish.
And
one
also,
or two.
both Madrid and Barcelona have like the bullshit. Like every soccer player ever grew up watching those teams, so they'll all just like. They just get players based on them being Barcelona fans. Like everybody's always like, "Oh, I want to go to Barcelona," like this shit like that. So nothing you can.
Well, yeah, I think they also made investments earlier into like talents from Brazil and stuff like that. You get guys like R9 who go and play in Italy and in Spain, and that makes the young Brazilian players want to go play there. Ronaldinho's. Where did Maradona? No, Maradona didn't play at either one of them. But you get what I'm saying. And Cruyff was like such a big influence and shit like that.
Well, I mean, you could list all those players, but even throughout the 2000s, like Beckham and Zidane and like all those guys, Roberto Carlos. I mean, they were Madrid players, but still, it's the same influence.
No,
it's all the best players in the world played for those teams. So it's like you get into the future, and what do the best players in the world want to do? They want to be just like their heroes. Yeah. So
I think we're going to start to see a switch. I think we're going to start to see a switch back towards the Premier League, or maybe to the first time to the Premier League. Around the same day,
like the
around the same day, the news broke about Neymar.
Yeah, but 2010s were all about La Liga. Mourinho, Pep, all those.
But if you see guys like Mbappe never touch La Liga, if Bellingham never goes to La Liga,
but every year there's something about Mbappe being like, no matter when he signed his contract, but there's still always rumors about like, oh, Mbappe wants to go to Real Madrid. It's just it's not necessarily factual.
Didn't he get like bullied into not signing with them? And he was like saying that he regrets it and re-signing with PSG. Like,
listen, I don't get how PSG get players, honestly, besides just giving them boatloads of money. Like, I don't get the appeal other than the money of going
today. I'm disabled.
I just don't get
it's Paris at the end of the day. It is an iconic city. And it's just a lot of money to go play and try and bring Paris a Champions League. I also don't get it as much, but I get that they have 3 great players you go play there. I don't know. It is
Yeah,
kind of
I
like
mean, they
playing
still gotta.
in a little bit better than the MLS.
Yeah, but when you
Like-
talk about, I mean, PSG, do I have them on the fraud log? I definitely do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
PSG?
last week I think you threw him on the
Okay.
fraud log.
No,
Yeah, I
I
mean-
think they were on
or-
there originally, and he might have
They
put
were on
Bayern on
there.
the fraud log. Yeah.
You did put Bayern on the fraud log.
No, just Choupo-Moting.
Choupo-Moting I put on the
Oh,
fraud
sorry,
log.
just Choupo-Moting.
Just
Would have been
Choups.
awkward as I came on this podcast wearing my little Bayern Munich jersey, but
Mhm.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, United
Messi
played. They
big
played the
fraud.
return. They played the
I don't know
return
if you saw
fixture
that
next
Messi
week
free kick. Wait, did you see the Messi free kick yesterday?
to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, one of the worst walls assembled of all time by the Lille goalie. One of the worst walls ever. One of the worst walls ever. But
He
I
just
just
knows
like-
about walls, too. He's a big wall fan.
Yeah,
No,
what's your
it's
favorite
not.
wall? Were you a big fan of the Berlin Wall?
you know, funny
prior to-
funny fact. Fun fact. I have a piece of the Berlin Wall somewhere in my house.
Interesting.
I like the Great Wall of China.
Signed by your favorite Soviets.
No, I like the Great Wall of China.
Well, regardless, the return fixture of the United Barcelona will be this Thursday evening, UK time. But excited to see how that one comes out. Big result either way. United will have a lot of those players that were suspended out, and hopefully Martial and I mean, I think I can start to talk about this, and then we'll talk about it when I talk about United's Premier League matchup. Wout Weghorst is starting to fucking annoy the shit out of me.
I mean, Maresh, if you didn't see that writing on the wall, I don't know what to tell you.
Dude,
Like, as soon as they got
that goal where he was in the first half against Barcelona, where he was through on the keeper and he just like threw it right at Ter Stegen, I was like, brother, even Harry Maguire would have finished there. Come on,
Harry.
Maresh, I know you didn't think you signed like some world-renowned
I
goal
know,
scorer.
but part of me thought Ten Hag was going to make him a 20-goal scorer in half a season.
It's a plug and play. It's like we just
I will
need
say
somebody to stand at the 9. Let's get
Well,
Wout.
to be fair, we didn't have. It seemed like we weren't going to spend any money outside of a loan deal, and Martial is just like the invisible man. I don't know what that guy is. He's not like
been a recurring
Charles
theme around the
Bark-
club.
Charles Barkley said this about Anthony Davis. He said, "Son, you are too young to begin injured like this. You got to look at your trainer. You got to look at your nutritionist. You got to look at what you're doing." Martial, same fucking deal, except he's like not as good as maybe Anthony Davis. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe not.
Dude, there's a
Maybe not
Ballon
quite
d'Or
Anthony
clause
Davis.
in Martial's contract. He was when we
They were
first signed
smoking
him. There was
rocks, dude. They were smoking rocks.
there was like people. There was the whispers
Absolute
of
rocks.
he could be like Mbappe, and then he just went he
Boy.
dead fished. It's awful.
Yeah, and then you get the clip of Martin Tyler just
I remember
screaming
the
his face
Martial
off
hype
when he
train.
scores. So
Yeah, I mean, he did score in some pretty big matchups when he first came to United.
It was him and
He
Mace,
also
him and
Liverpool.
Greenwood, your boy.
Yeah, but just the fall off there. He's part of the outgoings that I think we need this summer. But yeah, but the other thing with Wout is like he's a weird big man striker because he does a lot of good things off the ball. Like he draws players where they need to go and like things like that. It's more of like a puppet or a puppeteer of some sort, not the clinical striker you need him to be. Like he's through on goal, you need him to bury. You don't need him to be doing all this extra shit. But I guess I don't know, it's working, but he needs to add some fucking goals.
it's deception. It's so that they take their eyes off of Rashford so he can be wide open every time just to fucking poke one past the keeper.
Yeah, he's just taking up space.
Yeah, it's fake. It's
But-
deep.
It's me back
Yeah.
as a striker back in the day with my never scoring any goals, just feeding the actual good players. Classic.
All right, now returning after that, we went back to the Premier League. Started on Saturday. First fixture, early one for the Gunners. I was really hoping to wake up to a good evening masterclass by Emery,
Oh, I was scared.
but
I was scared. I was
give us
scared to wake
the
up
short
for,
rundown here.
Yeah. I'm not going to go for a whole, 30 minutes as Ethan said last time. He's a busy man. Don't.
James, I hope you watched that tape back and realize how long it was.
Yeah, it was like 10 minutes, you absolute baby.
It was a long
It's City versus Arsenal, bro.
was a
It's
long
the
time
biggest
ago.
match of the league this year.
You said
fucking child.
Tomiyasu should
Easy.
But keep going.
All right, Ben White started. He got it back. Trossard started, as he should have. Jorginho with Party out started. Martinelli out, as I've been saying. Martinelli should have come on late. Ali Watkins scores in his first chance. He had Saliba in his absolute fucking pocket. Saliba's been playing pretty fucking terrible. These guys are more. See, you guys love this.
No,
I love that you guys call him a Rolls Royce defender, and he's been absolute.
He's a Rolls Royce center back.
He couldn't even make it into the French squad. You guys say he's better than Varane all the time. He couldn't even get in the fucking French national team. He sat on the bench, and then he came back from the World Cup. He's been awful.
That was more just
But yeah, you guys
favorites, bro. You're gonna play the old guys in your last World Cup. Like, why wouldn't you? Saka, beautiful rebuttal strike on the 16th minute. No one's fucking stopping that. My fucking star boy right there. Odegaard's been playing pretty fucking terrible, not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
Pretty absent this whole game.
He missed the sitter.
He's the invisible. We're not even there. We're not even there.
We're not even there.
We're not even there. We're not even there.
We're not even there.
We're not even there. We're not even there.
Boy, oh boy.
It's 1-1 right now, please. The Coutinho goal. Jesus fucking Christ, our defense was terrible. Jorginho got dummied, looked like a fool.
double agent.
Yeah, I guess, but he had a fucking great game otherwise. So
There's double agents all over this game. Over this game.
I can't hate him on that. I do have to mention Eddie. He got a header in the 56th. Again, it was just off, bro. He's getting the chance. He's just not finishing. I mean, he had another breakaway in the 63rd. He tried a little chip, a little dink, didn't make it. The second goal was at Zinchenko outside of the box off the corner. Just an absolute beautiful strike for his first goal, near post. Love to see it from Zinny.
Finally. Dude parades around the fucking pitch like he is him. Like he is the greatest thing to walk on that grass ever.
I'm fine with it. So Martinelli subbed in late, as we said. Odegaard missed that absolute fucking sitter in the 77th minute. If we had dropped points in that game, and that had meant something at any point, whether it be
my fucking captain,
second, third,
baby,
third, fourth, first, second, that would have been a travesty, an absolute travesty. Looking back, if there wasn't anything else there, he got saved because there was those late goals. Ramsdale kept us in it at the end. He had two very good saves, one off of Bailey in the 82nd. Bailey just ripping down the wing, bounces off the post. Another save in the 92nd minute. We weren't doing shit all in the first couple minutes of stoppage. And then 2-3 minutes into stoppage, my man J5. Jorginho.
Yeah, I mean, it's thank God.
With one of the weirdest goals.
Like from Arsenal perspective, I would be thinking, like, thank God Jorginho came to save the day when our bum ass captain misses one of the easiest chances he'll see all season. Thank God a man with such class as Jorginho comes in to save the day. That's how I'd view it as an Arsenal fan. My fraud captain that we spent, I don't know, whatever.
I'm glad our team
can't even stick one in from 8 yards out. Meanwhile, Jorginho comes in, doesn't even like to shoot, and unleashes an absolute firecracker off the bar.
Well, yeah, we all know it went down. It hit fucking Martinez's head, and that's the only reason it went in. It's not like that was
the other double agent.
But yeah, that was the double agent right there. Martinez, shades of Robin van Persie with that header. Some are saying
that was just awful. God,
shades
more like shades of Phil Jones when Phil Jones was on all fours trying to like head one pass to the guy couldn't keep dribbling.
Tanganga.
Yeah.
No, yeah, exactly. And then Martinelli. I mean, the last goal was just a breakaway because they pulled Emi up.
Unai Emery was not thrilled with Emi Martinez.
And
there was a comment. He pretty much blamed the whole game on Emi Martinez for going up on a corner.
To be
then
fair,
Martinelli got that goal though. I think that's absolutely huge for his confidence. I mean, after coming off the bench, I think.
yeah.
could be
I
a
mean,
little
yeah, I
thorn in
agree.
his side,
Scoring
little
on an
spur in
empty
his
net,
ass.
scoring on an empty net is really big for confidence. And
Yeah, scoring a
Just get
hockey
one
empty
in.
netter in a soccer game, huge.
Just get one in, man. Yeah, come in
for
late.
sure.
He had a good.
I was
little
really
shift.
hoping
Came in
he
the
missed 'cause
70th.
He started celebrating early, like he put his arms, like if he just skied
No,
it,
yeah.
would have been all time.
Nah, he's too quick though.
Yeah,
the takeaways just absolutely burned him.
the takeaways I read were that fan base like Arsenal, you would think they wouldn't really turn on their boys like they have, but oh my god, the hate for Nketiah online. Like you don't have to deal with him for another month.
I think they're
What are you
just
gonna-
they're just getting in the give us Gabby Jesus back.
Yeah, they're just itchy for Gabby
I don't think this leads me to my second point.
because they're posting like videos of Jesus like running around on a field and shit now, and everyone's like like they're all chomping at the bit.
This leads me to my second point. Gabby Jesus on the pitch isn't going to fix what's been your biggest problem week over week since the return. It's your defense is in shambles.
I don't think it's that terrible. I mean, what's the goals allowed this season?
I've never really rated Mikel Arteta's defensive setup. They were pretty poor last year. They have the talent.
I just think earlier in the season you guys were scoring early and you were able to control the ball, but teams are figuring out that how to play against you guys now. And you're also running into a tougher side of the schedule where the defense.
I mean, I get
is
what you're
a big
fucking
part of it.
saying, mate, but there's one team that has less goals against than us. That's Newcastle.
Well, that's because they don't let anybody do anything. They just stand there.
So yeah, they've allowed 15 goals, and we're next with 23, and next is City with 24, and oh no, Chelsea I guess is actually 23. Your beautiful game. Sorry about that, Ethan. You love your little clean sheets, so you have 23
pretty
allowed.
poor.
Well, I'd rather score
It's easier to
51
fix
goals
offense
too,
than
but
defense, which is just a fact.
yeah, your goal differential of 0 is looking real cute down there.
Easier to fix offense than defense, just a fact.
Regardless, you guys see through what would have been an important win. It was an important win regardless. Would have been even more important if the boys in light blue, Carolina blue, were able to do their job. But
Carolina blue. I don't think you can give that.
it's kind of what it is, right?
No, bro, that's the Tar Heels, bro. It's a specific blue.
Same color. Yeah, those fucking idiots. God.
Diabolical from City. But what are you gonna do? You can't win them all.
Forest, man. But
Forest.
at the end of the day, it's just they get a point. They go down 2 points. Game in hand for Arsenal still against them, who haven't beaten them in 12 tries. So
Shouldn't be worried though.
they shouldn't be worried. Oh no, who shouldn't be worried?
Arsenal about City.
Oh yeah, that's right. They should.
I mean, they're just dropping
3
points.
podcasts ago or something.
They're not as frightening as they were. No, fucking.
I mean, they're pretty good.
Not at all.
A draw away at
Okay.
were they away? A draw against Forest doesn't really change that. Shit happens. It's football. Any given Sunday.
Exactly. We're just any given Sunday. We're saying they're dropping points way more than they have. What they have 3 draws, 3 losses. They haven't done that in years.
What it was is like you got to score goals. Like you can't
4 draws, 4
hold on.
losses. Excuse me.
You can't sit there and rely on a 1-goal win. It doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
As long as it's a 1-goal difference, anybody's still in the game, no matter where you are on the table or how much better your quality is. You know what I mean? So like City, that's shame on City for not revving up the gas.
Yeah, but it's like away games are just weird in general, you know. It's like going away from home. Not that like the
Forest
FPL
fans get
a
up.
special
Oh my
atmosphere, but
Yeah, dude, Forest. Yeah.
So that was big drop points for City that puts Arsenal back at the top of the league at by 2 points with a game in hand. Like I said, the game
Hi ho.
presumably against.
Up the table we go.
Other big game. Well, Ethan, Chelsea at home and the Saints came marching in.
Are these big
Again.
games now?
I
10 versus
had
20?
such a sinking feeling. I was like 10 minutes before Ward Prowse scored a free kick, I was about to text in the chat, oh my god, I think this is a James Ward-Prowse free kick game. Like, we're not creating great offensive opportunities. Southampton are kind of looking menacing coming forward. It just had that feel. Like, I've been in this game long enough to know when I'm beat. And that was one of those days where it felt like nothing was going to go my way as a Chelsea supporter. And, yeah, I mean, pathetic. I mean, we finally get Fofana into the side, but there's no Reece James, there's no Silva. We're missing people, and it's like Badiashile looks shaky at the back. Koulibaly's lucky to have stayed on the pitch. They didn't even look at that. He just planted all of his studs in somebody's thigh, and they were like, "That's a yellow, man." I was shocked that he stayed on the pitch for that. I think that was right before the half. And I mean, there's not much else really to say. It's we can't score goals. Maresh did the deed of sending the tweet in our group chat this morning that has been circulating around Twitter that Chelsea's goal of the month will have to be João Felix's goal against West Ham simply because they haven't scored any other goals. And I don't even know where to go right now. That's the problem is I don't know even how to spin this, how to say I just don't even know where to go right now. It's just we got to, it's time right now. It's a matter of time, letting people, Graham Potter's starting to use we signed players from different countries who don't speak English. So it's a disaster. It's a disaster. In my brain, I'm just fully I'm starting to like every Mourinho compilation on my feed.
The other tweet that's been going around is that Marcus Rashford outscored Chelsea this season.
I have seen that. Yes. Listen, we can't score goals.
I mean, again, 23 goals, 24 allowed, or 23 for, 23 against. He likes his clean sheets, but at what cost?
But again, James, this is it's easier to work on offense than defense. We have a foundation somewhere. It's just a matter of...
He says after a 1-0 loss to bottom of the table, Southampton. But
again, do I have to fucking repeat myself, or are you going to listen? It takes time for this shit. It's just it'll work. It's just offense comes... I think we got to sack Potter. I think that's it, fellas. I think we gotta sack Graham Potter. Unfortunately, I think it's time. I've been seeing a lot of nasty tweets going around that he's only there for the paycheck. Oh, he doesn't care about the fun. What really did it for me was the video of Chelsea walking out of the tunnel on Saturday, and it looks like a morgue. As Piliqueta's walking out, he's like, "All right, come on, lads," and it's a morgue. It's a morgue. Nobody wants to do anything. That's another thing that happened. As Piliqueta, second round stoppage, bicycle kick to the jaw. People arguing Murgliata stepped in early, but that was a clean knockout, fellas. Dude got knocked out bad.
Oh, that was wild. Did you hear the thud?
Oh yeah. They didn't show a replay. I mean,
I went back. I rewinded.
Not literally killed, but that was a UFC.
I was terrified.
He just took straight. That was foot to the
I couldn't
jaw.
tell if he actually jumped into UFC news. I was very confused for a second. Okay, we're good.
No.
It was.
He just kicked to the jaw, rigor mortis, everything. It was really scary, but having watched as much fighting as I have, he's not dead. Hopefully, he's just knocked out really bad. Stretched him off. It took a while to get him off. 10 minutes of extra time.
Yeah, 12 minutes. Did Mudryk play, or did he come off the bench?
No, he did.
I have a little stat about boy.
Uh-oh.
It looks like he lost possession 20 times within 40 minutes, which is now a new Premier League record for most ever possession losses in a second half substitute.
Listen, we didn't look great. I don't think he could be blamed on any one player. moving forward. The only positives I take are that
I mean, I just think 40
I'm going to
possession
say
loss
this.
is kind of
I
crazy.
saw
How do you even have the ball that much?
I saw flashes of Didier Drogba and Datro Fofana. Like, just like the power dribbling past people, getting to the byline. Like, even the little flopping he was doing. It was literally...
No one can ever like sit here and listen to the show or listen to anything Ethan says and say that it's like a stolen take. I read a lot of the stuff that the Chelsea fans are saying on Twitter. Yet have I seen
I was seeing
anyone compare Fofana
like the way
to
he was able to
Drogba.
gallop past people and use his body to like shield. It was almost Drogba-esque.
The general consensus.
It would have been 1-0 Chelsea if João Felix didn't steal the header right from him. I forget who played the ball in, but it was kind of it might have been Azpilicueta. It was like a kind of early ball in, and João Felix kind of like undercut the route and headed it wide when it would have just been right on Fofana's head. So.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I read about Fofana on Chelsea Twitter was that a lot of folks were saying he plays too selfish.
But that's where it's like kind of Drogba to me. Like, that's what Drogba would do. He would just kind of keep the ball to himself, try to do in defender. It was... I don't say that very lightly, by the way. That is my favorite Chelsea player of all time. That's not like, oh, Ethan's just throwing this out in the take a sphere. I couldn't think of the word.
Take a sphere?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's because it's not a word.
No, yeah. So I had to.
No, that's where Ethan lives. That's where he resides.
Together, Maresh. I don't know if you noticed that when I said take a sphere, but yeah. I mean, I don't really know what much else to say. It's like we just have to not be so shitty. We can't like you cannot allow bottom of the league Southampton to do the double on us. Like it can't happen.
Good Marcus Alonso goal though, 1-1.
Marcus Alonso did score.
Ooh, and the Saints go marching in.
Again, it was the case
of
how
I'm proud
I felt like
to be
I didn't even
in
feel
that
like we were the better
number.
side. I honestly felt like we probably deserved to drop points there. I felt like Southampton were pretty threatening coming forward against us, and we weren't doing anything.
Can you consider dropping points when like you're not the points aren't really valid for
when
anything?
you're playing
It's not
bottom
like
of the league?
dropping.
He said he doesn't care
dropping
about points.
Yes,
he's
when you're
not worried
playing the
about points
20th
this
team
year.
out of 20, it is dropping points.
Well, you do only have to get 9 more points to make sure you don't get relegated. That is the new Chelsea watch right now. 9 points out of the
That's
remaining
the magic
15
number.
fixtures. 9 points to me is your magic number.
Listen. Amongst my decision to become Potter out, I've seen some of the names listed. I've seen the likes of Hansi Flick. Don't know if you remember one of the like most dominant Champions League runs of all time with Bayern a couple years ago. Absolutely killed everybody.
Bayern's just a rotating door of those.
German job. I've seen Thomas Tuchel's name back in the fire. God forbid. Jose Mourinho, God forbid. Like, we need someone who has like an iota of passion. Graham Potter's sitting there, and then even in like his post-game press conferences, he's just playing the blame game. He's like, if you look at this team, it's not my fault. It's like, well, then whose fault is it, Graham?
I did
Have
see
I not
one
been
tweet.
saying this for weeks?
I guess it's been a mixture of like I've seen the statistics and it's like based off the statistics. It's not like we're getting killed. It's like we have opportunities. We're just not able to put them in the net. But at some point, it has to become the manager's responsibility for not being able to put the ball in the net.
I know, but like when I watch, it just doesn't look like there's any tactics or any semblance of a game plan. It really reminds me of when we had OGS at the wheel.
It's not great. Like we were trying to against Southampton, we were cycling like our front three, and like at one point Mount was playing like a false nine. It was a disaster.
And you know what? A lot of the team just doesn't look like they could be asked to be there. Like they don't look like they want.
That's what I'm saying. We don't have a manager with a shred of passion. Like you'd
have you seen the video? Have you seen the video of you guys watching out, running out?
What?
Have you seen the video of you guys running out onto the pitch? And
that's what I said earlier, Maresh.
And
it's Asby just being like, "Come on, lads," and nobody else is doing anything. But that's
the caption I saw was,
like, Tuchel
"I've seen
on
more
the
passion
sideline
at a funeral."
slamming water bottles. Like, we need guys who have passion, who are going to be like, what the fuck is going on? Not grandpa.
Do you think it has anything to do with like squad size, like being able to control
No.
so many fucking?
No,
No,
absolutely.
not an issue
The
at all.
fact that there's 4 players trying to compete for every position on the field.
And they're all getting paid a shit ton of money. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, if anything, that would be worse for him because he has so many options that it's like, why do we keep shuffling out the same fucking lineup every week? Like, it would be one thing if we were experimenting with lineups, like if we had played Zachariah at defensive mid, let Enzo move forward. Like, all these things.
Like, see about both Fafanas.
It took him how many games to start Fofana? It took him literally until we had a midweek Champions League game after a Saturday game to start Fofana. Like, that's literally.
Do you think? I have a question. Do you think that like Boley is wondering if you guys finish in the like bottom 3, if you guys get like a top pick or something in the draft?
No. And listen, we had chances to fucking score. Sterling got.
Maybe they host the All-Star game if they.
If you're bottom 3, you get the All-Star.
We have an American owner. Maresh, don't talk about owners because you're about to live in the same poverty you've lived for the past 50 years or whatever. I don't know.
Listen, we've got the
coach.
Glazers is staying. My point being, we got to figure it out somehow. And I think, like, if you look at the history of Chelsea Football Club, sure, this is Roman Abramovich era, but like, there were the John O.B. Mikel interview this week. He said that you would know the manager was about to be fired because Roman would have a meeting with the
Pull
team
up in his
where he'd
helicopter.
yell at them. And then number 2, when you would know he was actually fired, he'd fly into the training ground.
He'd pull up.
Helicopter. Like, there's
Drop
just
top.
no aura like that right now.
Chop top. Uber chopper.
There's no
no
passion within the club right now. And I think that's ultimately our downfall. Like, if the players were playing with an ounce of fucking respect for themselves, we'd be in a decent spot right now. But that's not what's happening because I don't think we have the man in charge who needs to inspire the players. I don't think Graham Potter's that type of manager.
I didn't watch this game. I'm not being a jerk at all. Did Enzo play? How did he play?
He did play. Played fine. He's a center midfielder. It's not like he's going to be he's playing our 6 right now.
No, yeah, I know. But it's like possession,
Hold the
tackles.
phone, you rat bastard. What did you just say?
What? What did I say?
You said it's not like he's going to be scoring. He's a center mid.
Yeah, he's a center mid, yeah.
I just remember a couple weeks ago you were sitting here saying how Bruno Fernandes should be scoring every other game.
Midfielder, Maresh. If you want to act like those are the same thing, you can, but don't be talking to me about it because I won't respect that take at all.
I'm just saying when we were
attacking mid is one of the
were
players who gets furthest up the field compared to a defensive mid who's kind of like stopping the counter.
and now he's
that's like saying
he's
Bruno
moved into
Fernandes scores more goals than like Fabinho. Yeah,
he's moved more into a
but
a
it's
role
not
of an assist man, but
it's not comparable. 2 different positions entirely.
just asking a question.
And I answered.
Just asking a question. The only coach that you guys could get to replace Potter, and if it happened, I'd actually be scared, is Zidane. I don't think it'll happen, but genuinely the only coach. I realistically think here's what your cycle is going to be. I think
Only
that
one manager.
I think Potter will be out by the end of the season if Chelsea are smart. I think you probably bring in Poch.
Didn't like last week they said they're going to give him at least a year?
Yeah, but it's football. Things like that. You lose to 20th place.
I know, but
things like that.
No, I get it. Arsenal said that we got like eighth, and we stuck with man. So we never fucking know.
I just don't know, man. I just don't know. All right.
That's
forward
just what
outlook.
I'm in. We gotta get rid of Potter. Is my
Forward outlook,
That's cool.
Ethan.
That's cool.
You have Tottenham on Sunday. What's your
that
expectation?
could actually be the burial game. That could be like the.
You are
If we
away
don't win
at
that
2
game,
Spurs.
I'm like 100% Potter out. Honestly,
All right. Okay.
That's a
you go
must win.
Spurs.
that's a must. win.
Spurs at Tottenham, and then you go Leeds at home. Leeds, who is going to be hungry, going for the double, and then you play Dortmund again.
not as worried about Leeds or Dortmund, honestly. Got to beat Spurs this
Leeds
week. One game
did
at a
beat you
time.
3-0, but
One
game
at a time. Yeah, but you're talking about like it's one game at a time. We got to win a London derby first. You know what I mean? Away
The
at
London
Spurs, it's a
derby.
tough match. It is the London derby.
There's like six fucking London derbies, man.
There's so many.
There's
bro.
way more than that, Marash. I hate to break it to you, but it is a London derby.
In the lower leagues, there's oh my god.
Yeah.
We're not even gonna get to
Well,
those.
even in the Premier League, there's like more than 6. So
Yeah. Well, all right. So 10, you are 3 points clear of Villa, who can't buy a win to. We have a surprise coming for you if Villa is ever able to overtake you on the table, and it just fucking
We have a
absolutely
big surprise.
blows my mind that they can't just fucking win a game.
I mean, it wasn't their fault. They played us this week. Maybe they could have slid over, but
Here we fucking go. For 90 minutes, it was their game to win.
well, for 60, 65, 70.
it's
They could have won it easily. Yeah.
shambolic. It's like one of these times in my Chelsea fan tenure where it's like I feel like I almost have to boycott the games and not
Make it the
watch.
man, make it the hour.
No, but it's like I feel like I almost have to boycott the games. I mean, yeah, my one
God.
boycotting of games won't do anything on the grand scheme, but just as like a human being in my own psyche, it would feel good to be like, I'm not watching this shit until they fix it.
I
But-
mean, I'm going to be honest with you. This is just very, very similar to the time in history when we had Ole at the wheel, like when we were playing like dog shit.
Maresh, this is the thing.
It's the same.
I've been through like 20 different managers in my life, so I've experienced this. I've experienced this before. You
I'm
weren't there
telling
for
you
Piers
right
Boas,
now.
You weren't there for Di Matteo. Like all these guys, the same shit.
All I'm saying though,
I would
is
love a clock watch on this segment.
I'm just saying.
We're actually
all I'm
having
saying-
constructive conversation though, James, as opposed to you just rambling Arsenal stuff. But go on, Maresh.
All I'm saying is.
You're talking about fake coaches. Please continue.
All I'm saying here is that if you do stick with Potter, you're not rebounding from 10th and winning the league the next year like you did last time. You're not.
No, well,
If you
that was
stick with
also
Potter.
in due to like we changed managers after that. We sacked
I know, but
Mourinho
you've-
mid-year and got Conte.
I know, but you've been clinging on to this. I've seen Chelsea do this before
Well,
we
because
win
at
the league
least
the next
Maresh,
year.
there were
This would be the
highlights,
one
like,
that breaks the cycle.
Maresh, there are small things about it that yes make me confident about the future, like the fact that we're able to keep teams out of our goal so often, like that's something to build off of. Besides Thiago Silva, we have a pretty relatively young, and as Pilqueta, we have a relatively young back line, so those are important.
Just got
things
rid of
that-
everyone last year, so yeah.
What'd you say?
You guys just refreshed your back line. You know, it was a little old. Got
Yeah,
some
we
new
got a
guys
bunch
in.
of
That's
young
good.
kids in our back, like with the exception.
Yeah.
I mean, Cucurella is not young. Ugh, just
We're not talking about him now.
I don't want to talk about it.
Can we give it a break on Cucurella for a week? It's just hard to talk. It's hard to watch, hard to talk about.
One of the most pathetic players I've ever seen put on a Chelsea shirt, if we're being honest.
The most expensive fullback of all time.
Yeah, but that's like Joe Flacco being the highest paid quarterback in the league. It's like it's
No,
it's the
because
mark.
Joe
It's the
Flacco
mark.
won a
It's the
quarter
mark.
or won
It's
a
the mark
Super
when you
Bowl.
want the new guy. It's the mark. It's the
Well,
mark.
he became the highest after he won the Super Bowl, didn't he?
Yeah, but it's the mark. It's like Cucurella was one of the top left backs on the market. You're gonna have to pay top dollar. That's
I mean,
his actual skill.
I'm,
notwithstanding.
I'm going to count Bale as the most expensive wingback of all time. How about that?
Whatever. I don't really care.
Whatever you got to do.
About history. Like we have the most
Other
expensive
news-
keeper of all time too. Who cares?
Other news around the league.
You clearly-
Liverpool played Newcastle at Anfield, I believe. They
Mhm.
are the
No, it was
Only
not. It was.
is that
I think it
Newcastle?
was-
St. James's
yeah.
Park.
It was St. James. They beat him
Well-
at St. James.
Yeah, they're the only team to beat Newcastle, and they've done it twice.
Yeah,
which
I
is-
actually think on this very program, you guys kind of laughed at me last week when I said like beating Everton would be like a momentum shift for them
you were right. I don't.
Yeah,
I still don't.
because now they come
They
into
got-
Newcastle and win, the fourth in the league.
Yeah, and then we play them
A
next.
team that
after-
doesn't concede and they
Who
score
is
twice
fourth
within
in the
first
league?
20 minutes.
They're not
Or
fourth.
Newcastle was. They were because
Okay.
Spurs played after them.
Okay.
But they were. Yeah, it was a good win.
But yeah,
It was great for United because Nick Pope gets the red.
yeah, red card early.
And
What a
Dubravka
comedy
can't
red
play.
card that was.
Dubravka can't play, so they have to play Karius.
That's
Damn, I didn't even think about that.
They have to play Karius.
Wow.
Last time he played was that Champions League final.
Was it really?
Why can't Dubravka play? Is he hurt?
Because
No,
it gets
cup tied.
Cup tied.
For the final that they got.
Yeah, no, I
Whoa.
understand, but you can't play. Wasn't he recalled from loan? No, he can't play.
Yeah, but since he started the
He's cup
season
tied.
playing for United,
I see.
he can't play then for Newcastle. And he
Four
played
different teams in
already.
the same tournament. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Well,
have-
Gakpo with the goal. I got to mention that, man.
Gakpo with the goal, 2-0 win.
Yeah,
Darwin
Karius
and
red card.
Gakpo.
Honestly, a Liverpool fan
Nunez
would
and
too,
Gakpo.
to like stick it to the haters. Like everybody's telling them that Darwin's ass, that Gakpo's ass.
He did have a ripper of a goal.
They went
He'd
and
have a ripper of a
scored
goal.
against one of the top sides in the league. So credit to them. They're starting to
Man.
heat up. Klopp's seat cools down by the second, and the egg on my face grows and grows by the minute. So
Oh God,
I don't know if the Everton was here. This I feel you. We'll see how
Everton's
they
a
move
big win.
along.
Derbies are huge to win. I don't want to hear that.
No, I know. But I think you can get up for a derby despite your run of form.
I
but
just
that's
got a
what kickstarts
notification
the
on my computer
Yeah.
that says it's going to restart in 59 seconds. So if I do lose you, I'm sorry, but I don't know why.
Just say do it later. But yeah, they scored 2 goals before the red card even, and then it was fucking.
Yeah, I mean,
It was
Pope,
wraps,
that was
honestly,
pathetic.
after that.
That was such a pathetic red card. So
He
Have
touched the
anything
ball
else
out
to
of the box
mention
with his, he touched the ball
You
with
just
his
wanna-
hands.
no, I'm saying like from his perspective, like such a pathetic red card to take when you have a
Well, there
couple
was,
months
like-
coming up.
Yeah,
Like you just
rough
let Mo
timing.
Salah score the goal. What does it fucking matter?
yeah. And then it's a big loss too because they slide down to 5th after the Spurs match.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
They slide down to 5th.
But do you
Oh.
think that Europa League football is still a win for them on this season? Obviously, Champions League is the prize, but they haven't played European football in so long. So I think like Europa League's not that bad.
No, because I think
No.
it would still be this. It would be like the same argument as like Arsenal and the title. Like they weren't supposed to win the title. How could like I think it's not the same, but I think it's similar. Like we're already in the spot. We've been in the spot for so much of the season. It would kind of have to be a disappointment if they didn't make it at this point.
Yeah, but on the flip side of that, you have to score goals to stay in the top 4 to like make a fight for it. They don't do a good job of that. They started off all right. Almiron's cooled off. Callum Wilson isn't a guy that you can rely on week in, week out for goals. I haven't really seen Gucci, St. Maximin, do much.
Well, because they just bought. That's honestly, I think of all.
And
the
Isak
things
has
going
kinda
on
cooled
with
down.
Newcastle, I think, like what might prove to be the most harmful for them is like signing Anthony Gordon. I don't think Anthony Gordon's worth that price tag, nor do I think he's good enough to lead a team through a Champions League charge.
Yeah.
So I think that
Yeah.
will ultimately be the. I think Callum
He's a
Wilson's
good-
actually pretty quality. Like he gets in the goals a good amount, and he's a solid number 9. Like he's not gonna, I don't know, dribble past
Yeah.
the whole defense, but he's gonna get on the end of a cross.
Yeah. And they do have Isak as well, who's
Yeah,
solid quality,
he's pretty
but
good.
like
Isak's pretty good. I think he's been battling injuries though.
yeah, just you got to score goals in this league. You can't just sit there and rely on your defense. Like teams will score against you, especially when you're thinking about trying to be in the top 4. You got to be able to beat up on those lower
Yeah.
table teams
Yeah,
and
you
get your
can't
goal
be
difference.
you can't be vying for the top 4 and playing like Burnley. You know what I mean?
Agreed. So yeah, look, big game for Liverpool on a 2-game stretch or win streak here, turning things around. Potentially, we'll see their next. I think the next. No, they'll probably play this weekend. I'm wrong. Yeah, they'll play Palace this weekend, which
yeah.
could be 3 in a row, going into United at at Anfield, which will be a really big game.
Yeah. Maresh, how'd you feel
So
about the United
Before you
game?
slide into Sunday, I do just want to mention the other scores at least. We did have a Crystal Palace Brentford 1-1. Brentford was down, and I think it was like a 96-minute stoppage goal to save the point.
still undefeated.
Yeah, still undefeated.
It's Brentford Bees.
Still undefeated. Those bees, man, they can get you. Brighton, despite their form, Mitoma, he's been crazy. They just dropped 1-0 to Fulham.
Real quick,
I wouldn't
as
say
you
that's
say Brentford, I've seen Thomas Frank's name also thrown around as potential Chelsea
Oh yeah.
manager, but that's like
You know
in
what?
my mind.
You
That's
know
the
who else
same
I've
thing as
seen?
hiring Graham Potter.
Jesse Marsh.
That I love being an American and all. That would make me vomit blood from my eyes. Go on.
Woo, yeah, that Jesse Marsh. Wow. Okay, so Fulham beat Brighton, excuse me. We had Everton bouncing back after their loss to Liverpool in the Merseyside derby. They beat Leeds 1-0 at home. And then the only other game on Saturday was a Bournemouth versus Wolves game, another pretty low scoring 1-0 game with Bournemouth winning.
You gotta
Um,
really hate. You gotta have like no friends or like significantly hate your partner to like sit there and watch that match.
So looking at the bottom of the table, it's just like it's very congested down there, man. It's very congested down at the bottom of this table. I think anyone in this bottom 5 or 6 could probably.
Yeah, I wonder who
Yeah,
watched
we'll have to
that
see.
match. What a scumbag.
You have to be sick to watch that, huh?
Yeah, the only other two matches then were United versus the Leicester City Foxes.
The Foxes.
And
the Foxes.
Great, oh, so bad.
They're such a bad team.
But another team I'm glad to be done with for the season. We've gotten our 2 done with them. Sancho scored them both. I was watching it on my phone.
You guys scored 3, buddy.
Let me get there, bro. I'm just setting the stage.
Just shout out to
Sancho
for his like annual come out and have a good game against some shitbag opponent.
No. Hey, whoa. He went out there, he enjoyed his time in the mountains, and he came back a new man.
Shout out.
First, let me set the stage. I had to fly back from Chicago. I had to fly back from Chicago for
a little hungover flight, perhaps.
I was dreadfully hungover. I was up to 3 a.m, and I had to get on a 9 a.m. flight back to New York. I get to the airport. I'm frantically searching my bag for my headphones. Cannot find them anywhere. I just feel like they're buried in my bag or something. I'm digging. I can't find them. Have to get on this plane. There's this little redhead kid, and he is screaming. Not like a baby. He's 4, maybe 5. He's watching stuff on the TV. I think because it was JetBlue, so they had cable. And he was watching the NFL Network reruns of a game, and he just kept screaming, "Touchdown!" And he was right behind me, and everyone on the plane was muttering "fuck you" under your breath every time he opened his mouth. The lady next to me turned around and was trying to get this family to shut the kid up. And she goes, "I don't know how you're fucking dealing with this. I'm hungover. I'm moving seats." I go, "This isn't like a bus. You just can't get up and pick a new seat. It's a fucking plane." What?
Once the doors are shut, you kind of can.
Yeah, but luckily there was one seat open. She moved. I got the row to myself, but I just put up with fucking Junior behind me the rest of the flight. And I'm getting on the flight. I'm watching the United game. First half was pretty dreadful. Leicester kind of controlled the ball a lot. We did not look very good. Rashford's lucky to get one in there. Great assist by Fernandes. It was a great ball through. Rashford does what he does. He looks to his left, looks at Garnacho, and he takes a shot, puts it up,
and he's like, "Nah, never mind."
Great placement.
No, beautiful
great job there. 56 minute scores again. That one was the offside one. What do you guys think on that? Did you think he was offsides?
I mean, No.
I mean, he was played.
I didn't
on
think
by
he was
Faze.
like the. I thought the other guy, was playing him on, but like on the internet, it's like, oh, all we ask for in this world is consistency, and it's like you crop
Nah, he
the
was getting
picture,
played
you
on.
don't show the back defender, and like
He was getting played on
why?
by Faze in the middle.
I know, but it's
Yeah.
always like your fucking fan base in Liverpool always cropping pictures to suit an agenda. You say what you want about Chelsea, they just dream big. They're not sitting here disputing rules on the field.
Maresh, I don't know. I'm going to say this very
I don't even
truthfully.
know
I
what
don't
the
know
fuck you're
what
talking
much
about
more
at this
there is
point.
to dream about. We've won it all, Maresh.
Dream of being back.
Dream of a third Champions League, dream of a sixth Premier League, dream of a second Club World Cup. Like what? Pretty content.
And
Man's got some sleepy dirt in his eyes if he picked that haircut.
what
I don't
about
know.
what about this Marcel Sabitzer call? Did you think it was a red? That was the
I
other like big
honestly
one that
did
everyone's
not
like he
see
shouldn't
that.
be a. Did
We've
you see
chatted
who
about- You
went,
didn't see it, Ethan?
No.
he put spikes into some guy's thigh?
So
But it
Sabitzer
looks
kind of like
very
went down with
accidental.
he
Well,
went
I
down with
did
like a
say-
lunge.
I said
And
Koulibaly
Sabitzer
should
came
be
up.
sent off for very similar earlier, so I feel like I'd be inconsistent if I hear studs to the thigh and don't.
Yeah,
say
it was thuds to the lower thigh. It seemed like he like just barely fucking like he just like tapped him though because he wasn't like putting much momentum. He didn't have much inertia like going into it, and he pulled his studs away like real quick. So I don't know. I feel like that's the only reason that they gave that a yellow.
Still, I'm like kind of envisioning like the type of tackle it was, and like no matter what, you can't have your boot, thigh high with your studs going out. So
No,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Well,
especially if you make
the big debate happened on Twitter between Mark Goldbridge and Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer
The meeting of the minds?
was in his replies crying about how it's unfair that Sabitzer will be able to play in the cup final, but Nick Pope won't be able to. And Goldbridge was like, one clearly broke the rules. You can't do that. And the other one, it was questionable. He didn't go hard at him. Like, what do you want? And he's like,
Mark Goldbridge is such a geek, like such a geek.
dude, Loki, he's nice with it. During the halftime, he was juggling the ball. He didn't miss. It was actually insane to watch.
The things I cannot.
But then Sancho comes in, puts the game away. We gave Jack Grealish a head start. We sent Jaden to the mountains, and he's returned to have more goals and assists than Grealish in all competitions.
How many has he got? 3 now?
It's 4 for Sancho and 3 for Grealish.
Ooh.
Yeah, but Grealish, I mean, come on, Maresh. You're not even saying it with a straight face. You don't even believe it yourself. Come on, Maresh.
We gave him a head start, didn't we, lad? We gave him a head start. United climbing up the table, more points. We didn't jump anyone, but we're 3 off City now, 5 off the league leaders. I don't think I'm not as delusional as Paul Scholes. The quadruple is not on because we'll probably have to play City in the FA Cup. But you bet your bottom dollar the treble is here, fellas. It's coming.
I don't know.
Europa.
I really just need Man City to win this fucking league, fellas. I'm not gonna lie to you. For my own sanity, I just need it. I need it so badly. Like the 2 other alternatives being probably the worst possible alternatives. I need City to win pretty badly here.
And you know what's funny? Because James is right there with you. He gets a pretty good payday if City happens to win the league. So
I do.
Geez, how funny and sad is that? Our own Arsenal
I'm happy either
correspondent.
way, man. I'd be happy to pay for an Arsenal dub. That's nothing. That's light.
Oh man. Well, that's all the Premier League action. There was the Spurs game. They won 2-0 against West Ham, but that's just like West Ham are
Yeah.
on their way out of the league.
Son comes on. I think he has like 1 goal in all his starts, and he has 4 goals in his like sub. Because I mean, he did get subbed on that one time to score a hat trick, but he got subbed on late with the goal. Everyone's
one
like,
hat
"Oh,
trick.
classic
Prolific
Min
duo
Son."
in
It's
Premier
like,
League
dude,
history. Gained the Sun.
it's like, Yeah, they were congratulating Harry on being the all-time goal scorer. They gave him the trophy. They did the whole Harry in the stands. I saw a very funny tweet that was like, Spurs fans are calling for Harry Winks to be recalled from Sampdoria. I was like, Harry Winks.
What a pathetic little Mickey Mouse club, man. They are.
All those goals for absolutely nothing, man. It couldn't be me.
Nothing. Oh, one Champions League final where they got pooed on. By Liverpool.
Like, even thinking back, like when Lampard did that for Chelsea, like they didn't have that fanfare. Like, act like you've been there before. He scored fucking 200 something.
It's been years since they had something like that. And then all the pundits, the British pundits, they drive me nuts. They're like, Harry Kane is the only world-class player that England
Oh my God, I saw that too. I saw that too. I was like,
you guys.
There's no other class English players. There's no other world-class English players.
I could not agree with a take more. That Harry Kane's the only like true world-class player that England have. I couldn't agree more. I honestly couldn't agree more.
Dude, you were fucking smoking on that.
No, I'm not.
Whack.
Him and Harry Maguire,
over the course of
world
their whole
class.
career, not like their one season of form. Whole career, he's the only player that's.
We're talking about world-class players right now for England.
Who are the world-class players on England?
He said Saka and Rashford. I think they're both world-class at this point.
No, they're not both.
Rashford scoring bangers against fucking.
Wingers. They're both not top 5 wingers. Harry Kane's a top 5.
Oh, okay.
That's world-class.
I would say Saka and Rashford are both top 5 wingers.
Saka's definitely, bro.
Yeah, but this isn't talking about. This is like overall. Like Harry Kane's been world-class for years.
All right, James, Saka plays on the right. Name 5 wingers better on the right side of the field, and name 5 wingers better on the left side of the field.
Up in front of me right now. I'm just telling you.
If they're top 5 talents worldwide, you should be able to say them off the top of your head.
It's not that hard, right?
If you want me to prepare for next week, and I can name you 5 better wingers.
No, I don't want to give you time. I want you to say who they are.
Okay, so we're just going off knee-jerk reactions, and my knee-jerk reaction is that Harry Kane is the only world-class player on England. Yeah. I feel like that's pretty fair to say. Rashford and Saka haven't done enough to be considered world-class, in my opinion.
What has Harry done?
All right.
He scores 30 goals a year.
Oh, yeah, he also...
No, he doesn't. No, he fucking doesn't.
20-plus goals a year he scores. All comps?
For nothing.
25 plus goals a year he scores. All comps.
For nothing.
Okay, on the left.
He scores penalties and tap-ins for England. That's great.
On the left wing.
That's what world-class strikers do.
You could argue...
You
could argue that Vinny Jr. and Sadio Mane, you could probably argue they're better than Rashford. You could make the argument. They've won more. They're more decorated. Neymar?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna leave. I'm actually gonna leave the podcast if we're sitting here saying Rashford's better than Neymar. I'm gonna leave the podcast this episode.
All right. I was saying that's okay. I would say Neymar. After Neymar, the drop off is pretty fucking big.
But like, you can't have
Son,
7 different
Gakpo,
world-class players.
Phil Foden, Rafael Leao.
Okay, but even 4 is enough to be like he's not world-class.
Dude, he's in the top.
Are you counting this as like one
Premier League right now? Sure, but you can't like even if you look at it from an England perspective, like I just don't.
He's better than Foden.
Okay,
so that would make him the best player, left winger on England. On the right side of the field, Saka is the best winger on the right.
On the planet.
Who's better on the right?
World class is such a select few, fellas. It's like 11 players, maybe, and that's one.
So you're saying there's like
Harry
one
Kane
starting position?
Who's a better striker in the world than Harry Kane right now? Just in terms of like being a striker, not
Benzema.
he has good skills. He's just a good number. He's
Benzema.
the best number 9 in the world.
Benzema.
Victor Osimhen.
No, not true.
Okay, he's just leading the best. He's leading Napoli to win the fucking championship with the most
Correct,
goals.
Maresh, but he's not Harry Kane's playing the number 9 so much more. It's not just about who scores the most goals. It's about who plays the position the best. Harry Kane has better hold-up play. He has better passing play. He has better finishing ability. Osimhen beats him
Why
for
are you
speed.
sucking this man off?
Because I'm a realist. Like, what are we talking? You think I want to sit here and call a Spurs player world class? No.
Would you argue that Rafinha?
I mean, I think he's losing it
on the right.
if anything.
No.
Okay, then who's better, Mo Salah?
Yes, Mo Salah is a better right winger than. Yes, he is.
I mean, it hasn't been the
Maybe
season.
not
but...
at this particular moment in time, form wise, but yes.
Dembele.
That's
fuck no, dude. That boy's.
Oh my god, dude, he's been injured his whole career.
That boy's glass.
I would lean no, but
Riyad Mahrez.
Fuck no.
No, but he's not even the starting winger for City. He plays right now because people are hurt.
Serge Gnabry.
Serge Gnabry's pretty good. Champions League winner, wins the Bundesliga every year.
Rodrigo.
No.
Yeah, whatever. We talking about the Bundesliga now.
Chiesa,
maybe. Chiesa's very good.
Boy.
Kulusevski.
Okay. You're pulling out Kulusevski now.
Di Maria.
No.
Boys. Just
Okay, so then both Rashford and Saka are top 5 wingers in the world.
I don't think they're class, though.
I listed 20 options. God damn.
I'll have to do my own independent homework on this, and I can find you some.
Bro's gonna find some guy in the
you guys
Chinese
made
league
at Mo
stat
Salah
line that's enormous.
The faces you two made when I said Mo Salah was better was outrageous.
I find the clip of you talking shit
No,
about
I said
Mo
right
Salah
now
last
on
week.
form.
Yeah, he's been missing right now. He hasn't done much for Liverpool in like the past couple of weeks. But over the past 5 years, he's been the best player in the Premier. Like, you know what I mean?
No. Sadio Mane. He's the heart of Liverpool.
Outrageous.
He's the best
I
player.
just think it's like crazy to say these players who have had 1 to 2 good years are world-class players. They're good right now. Yes.
Dude,
they're in great
Saka's
form.
literally 21 years old, man.
But like, yeah, that's why you can't say he's world-class yet.
Okay.
Oh, you're funny.
Okay.
Anything else?
I
fellas?
bet if you threw up a poll on blokes, I would get more of a percentage, yes. Harry Kane's the only world-class player on England.
If that's the question, is Harry Kane the only world-class player on England? I don't know. We'll have to see. Do you want to mention the 3-way tie for Bundesliga right now, or?
Yeah, it's the biggest title race in the
world.
world.
Bundesliga league.
You're out? You're a correspondent, my man.
You had one fucking job.
I saw Leipzig. Leipzig beat Wolfsburg. No, I saw that. Is that the tie right now? Is it Leipzig? Berlin,
no, it's
Bayern?
Union. It's Union and Dortmund and Bayern.
Again, Dortmund frauds. I think Berlin and are better.
Adeyemi's in form, man.
Yeah, eating that fufu.
2 goals in 2 matches.
Marco Royce had a nice little free kick goal. I
He's
don't know if you
probably
saw
world
it.
class too.
Dude, this kid's literally smoking rocks.
Adeyemi's
Don't know
world
if you
class.
guys saw.
2 and 2.
Yeah.
As good as it gets.
Anything else?
The dumbest correspondent. Their black kits were very cool. Got to say that. The little black Puma kits.
Oh, those were pretty cool. People go hard for like a fucking a murdered out outfit.
And a murdered out Dortmund kit. I don't know. That's pretty hard.
I would love to see some. I want to see a
There's
footballer play.
Tricot.
I wanted to see a footballer play a match in like a murdered out Air Force One type cleat. If a player ever wore that, I'd be terrified of them on the pitch.
Have you ever seen somebody wear like Copas, Maresh?
Like
just the generic Adidas black cleats that just have the 3
yeah.
stripes. Yeah.
Those are the
Aspie
wears
boots that'll
those.
put a fucking hole in your leg from a tackle.
Yeah, Aspie wears those.
You won't get me
All
saying a bad thing about Azpilicueta on this podcast.
All right, that's a wrap on episode 24. Make sure to listen, subscribe, send it to your friends. Like I say, week in, week out, tell your nan. Ethan Camps is a grandma's favorite worldwide. Look at those blue eyes and that beautiful Edward Norton haircut.
You see, that's what I don't think it's an Edward Norton haircut. I don't get that point. I don't think Edward Norton's ever had a haircut like this, but
he was 22 at one point in his life. Yeah, we'll be back next week. Hopefully, the next time we do this podcast, United could have won a trophy. I'll leave you guys with that. See you all next week. Peace. Peace.
I'm here with two former legends.
Where's the bloke? It's half time.
We talk to a bloke about football. Where's the bloke?